There we go, we are live. Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. I hope you're all doing fantastic as always. We are back, of course, with another flash flight, which is slightly earlier, which you've probably already noticed than usual, purely to cater for those in different time zones like we do once in a while. Because, you know, it's nice. Some of you that are around the other side of the world don't usually get the opportunity to join in with these flash flights and group flights and whatnot. So yes, this one's for you, nice and early. 11 AM here in the UK, so yeah, definitely much earlier than usual. But let's have some fun today. We're flying from 𝗂𝗛𝗏𝗏 over to Athens. It's a relatively short flight, around 30 to 35, maybe even 40 minutes at the very, very most. It really depends how busy it gets, although I don't think it's going to get too busy because it's not really the peak time right now, which is fine. So we're in for a good little flash flight, relatively quick. Like I say, 183 nautical miles. It's really not too far. That'll take us up to flight level 240 today, if we can get there, which I'm pretty sure we can, at around 290 knots. So should be relatively quick. Anyway, let's say some hellos, like usual, to everyone in the chat right now. IF England, I see. I think you said earlier on, if I read up in the chat correctly, that you're finally able to join an event because of the time, and we love to hear that. I'm sure what's going on. Welcome, KLM. Who else? We've got Raphael. Welcome to the stream. Southwest 2115. Can't join again. Why am I not surprised? Southwest 2115. Same thing every time. So, Avi, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. JS Ribs. Alphas, what's going on? Aviator Aaron. And Noah, welcome to the stream. I won't say hello to everyone because, of course, as always, we'll be here forever. And my number one priority, as always, is to taxi out to the runway and get airborne before things get too busy. I don't think it's going to get too busy though. As I mentioned, this airport is actually relatively small, so we shouldn't have too many issues, although we only have one runway for departure, which is 27, so there's going to be maybe a little bit of a line, especially if you join a little bit later on in a couple of minutes. So I would highly recommend joining right now, this very second, so that you can get out of this airport as soon as possible. Otherwise, you are going to be sitting here by the time we're landing in Athens. So with that being said, I'm going to tune into the wonderful 𝗖𝗛𝗏, right, and get the information for the airport today. I know I already know it, but for the sake of the stream, I'm just going to tune in anyway. You know the drill, right? It happens every time, just so that you get to, you know, experience it as well. But information Bravo today. Here we go. Not too windy. Not too windy at all. Around 8 knots. Temperature 33 degrees. Not too bad. Not too bad. Greece is a very nice place indeed. I'm yet to actually go to Crete. Liv and I were looking to go to Crete, and I don't know, it's a little bit expensive, but we'll see. Anyway, landing runway 27, departing runway 27. No TAMs. Event in progress. Expect delays. Advice on this. Contact. You have information. Bravo. There we go. Okay, we'll tune into ground. The aircraft is already set up and ready to go. Weight and balance and the passengers, all that good stuff is already done. So all we have to do now is start our engines and taxi out of the stand. Because again, like the previous stream, quite convenient, we can actually taxi straight out of this stand without requesting pushback, which makes things a little bit quicker on departure. So let's go ahead then, hop into the systems and fire up engine 1. And we'll initially turn and taxi on 1 and then start up 2 as we go. But let's see. Anyone else in the chat right now? Heard what's going on? Captain Lewis, welcome to the stream. Captain Roger Dodger, what's going on? Said they're going to stop taxis that I can go down. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Jason C said, when's the A380? I'll be honest, I don't even know myself. So I can't tell you that, unfortunately. Of course, it's very much a work in progress. And if you checked up on our social media yesterday, you'd have seen a wonderful whip shot of the cockpit of the A380, which looks amazing. And it's definitely come along very nicely. So there we go. You got head tracking, Dan? And Danish, no, I don't have head tracking, right? But for some reason, I don't get why. Let's see if we can make the camera do it. You see, it kind of follows like my movements a little bit. If I like, I don't know. It's like there. Look at it following my head. Weird, right? I didn't even know that was a feature of the camera, and I still don't even know to this day if it's supposed to do. It probably is. But it's cool, I guess. It helps out. It looks pretty neat, if you ask me. So there we go. Why get a really fancy camera when you can just get a face cam, a Canon face cam, and it does all of this for you? Anyway, yeah, let's make our way to... Wait, Dan told me the generic livery is confirmed for the A380. Probably. I mean, if you want to see a full livery, let's head to the thread on the forum, right? I know I rolled loads of people over there last night. But anyway, enough talking. We use flaps. Probably 1 for departure. We're really light. I think we have enough runway for flaps 1, so that should be absolutely fine. Use trim 20, of course, and we'll request taxi with information. Was it Bravo? Yes, Bravo. We should, hopefully, get clearance to just taxi out, right? Face cam's doing that thing again. I don't even notice it doing it half the time, to be honest with you. But we'll see. There we go. Taxi to 27 and contact tower when ready. Love to see it. Parking brake is off. And we'll just make a slight right-hand turn here, because I don't really want to clip the aircraft to our left. So, throttle up a little bit. Slowly start to creep forwards. And I mean to actually cross a runway here. I didn't realize there was 2 runways. What? I said there was 1. There's actually 2, but only 1's in use. We have 30. Need to request crossing for 30 here. Let's see. Runway crossing 30. Just taxi straight across. It's not in use anyway, so it should be fine. There we go. Cross the runway. Ooh. I've accidentally locked the rudder there. There we go. Cool. Right. We'll start engine 2 then. Once the engine 2 is all fired up, we'll go ahead and shut down the APU, as we will no longer need that. Oh, beacon light. Do you know what? That's the 3rd time recently I've forgotten to put my beacon light on. It's very bad of me. Very naughty. Let's go ahead and put those strobes on, because we're crossing a runway. Although it's not active, I'll just put them on anyway. But this place is looking busy. Look at the traffic here right now. Super busy. Actually, I think we've done a flash flight from Heraklion to this exact route, actually. I'm pretty sure we've streamed this exact route before, a very long time ago, here on YouTube, or maybe even Twitch, because it was that long ago. But it's fun to do it again. Of course, it's very short, and it matches the ATC schedule for today, so it's a fun one. Start to slow down so that we don't go up the APU of the aircraft ahead. We can go ahead and turn off the strobes and turn off the APU as both engines are up and running. Slow down, otherwise we're going to get screamed at by the ground proximity warning thing. Tells you to keep your distance between other aircrafts. Looks like we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th for departure today. So a little bit of a wait because there's only, of course, one runway for departure. So hopefully we can get out of here. Let me have a look at the time. Hopefully we can get out of here within the next 10 minutes. It should be relatively doable. And I say that because there isn't an awful lot of traffic coming into 𝗂𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗏 right now. There's only 2 aircraft on final at the moment. So hopefully after those aircraft have passed, it'll just be a case of clearing aircraft for takeoff simultaneously, one after another. So that should be good. Infinite Time Lapse said, "Hey Dan, I was wondering if you flew an Airbus A350 from Doha to Gatwick on Infinite Flight." I did actually. I flew that exact route the other day when Gatwick was on the ATC schedule. I think that was last weekend, maybe, I think. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's a nice flight. Gatwick definitely doesn't get the attention that it deserves.
Aegean 315, give way to aircraft on your left. Aegean 315.
Southwest 2115 said, "Dan, on the group flight the other day, a few days ago, ATC put me at the very back of the convoy. I'm very sorry to hear that. That's very unfortunate. That was very busy. If you're wondering, actually, that group flight, the hauling to the UAE group flight that we did the other day, how many attendees do you think that had in total? Let me know in the chat right now, and I'll give you the exact number after you've all had a good guess."
Aegean 20 Golf Alpha. Request taxi.
If England is going to Dalaman from Luton tomorrow. Nice, have fun. Okay, so Southwest 2115 said 375 attendees. Any more guesses on top of that for the group flight?
Aegean 20 Golf Alpha.
Someone said 50.
Parking at your discretion.
Another guess for 200. Aviator Aaron saying 100. I've England saying 400. Yeah, you're all actually very wrong. We are really sniffing the APU. That group flight that we did the other day, a total of 665 attendees. That's pretty incredible. That's exactly why we love hosting events like this.
Aegean 983. Taxi to runway 27.
Slowly creeping forward, making a little bit of progress.
Taxi to runway 27. Aegean 983. Iraqi ground. Aegean 50 Golf Alpha.
The first ever group flight that we did. That's a lot of attendees. Yeah, we'll do another one soon, 100%. I don't think it will be any time before Oshkosh, though. You might be able to fit one in, but I'm not entirely sure. This evening, I need to do the planning for next week's events. I don't quite think we'll fit another group flight in for before Oshkosh, but the first group flight that we did, I believe, off the top of my head, had 1,400 attendees, which is amazing. Which iPad is this? This is a 2018 iPad Pro. As you can see, it's still holding up relatively nice. Although, I'm actually thinking of making a transition soon to the iPad Mini. The only issue is the streaming software that we use and the hardware that we use, unfortunately, doesn't support the Apple M chips, which is really frustrating because that is the direction that Apple are, of course, going in with their chips now. But like I say, the hardware doesn't actually work. It's not supported, completely incompatible with the stuff that we use. The only other option, the only other device that actually works really, really nice with Infinite Flight, surprisingly, is the iPad Mini. It doesn't have an M chip, so maybe after some testing we can make the transition to an iPad Mini, which has a slightly different aspect ratio as well, so we'll be able to fit it more long ways across the screen. We'll see. I'm not too sure right now, but that might be the next streaming device. What headphones do you use? It's interesting you ask, actually. These are really old headphones. I did actually have some Shure headphones for monitoring, because obviously when you talk, when you have like a microphone set up like this, everything you say in the microphone, you can actually hear yourself, purely for monitoring and keeping track of everything you're saying, which is actually really useful. It also allows you to, of course, tweak the settings of the microphone and make things nice and crisp. But these aren't actually really that special. These are actually gaming headphones for an Xbox One, because I used to play a lot of Xbox back in the day, and I've had these for many, many years, since I was in like primary school. These are the Turtle Beach X01s, I believe. And they're actually, honestly, they are one of my favorite pair of headphones I have ever had, right? Because they're lightweight, they're pretty simple. You plug them in, you don't need to boost them or anything. They just play things, you know, perfectly loud and clear. It's brilliant. It works with the stuff that I need. And then it's weird, I plugged actual monitoring and studio headphones into the setup that I have, and they needed to be boosted, and they were just no good. I couldn't be asked to go and buy the boosting stuff for them, so I just thought, I'm going to stick with the Xbox ones. They work brilliantly, so why not? Sometimes you don't need to pay for the most expensive things. You can always settle for less, and that's exactly what I've done with these. How many aircraft are at the airport? I'm looking on live flight, and they are spanning past the terminal. Yes, there are very many aircraft at this airport right now, as you can see on the map. You'll be able to see the exact same amount on live flight anyway. But yeah, there are very, very many aircraft here right now. So if you are planning on joining, then spawn in ASAP so that you can get out of this airport as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you'll be at the very back of the line, and that will take undoubtedly a very long time to get out of here. Dan, I also spotted you on Infinite X flying from London to Seattle on American 777-200. Oh, that was the other day as well. Nice. Thanks for the spot. I think I come up blue on there, right? How are you doing today, Dan? Aaron, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Nice early start for me today. Streaming nice and early, getting it out of the way. That I'm going to do lots of event planning and other bits and bobs, Infinite Flight related, once it's finished. Lots to plan and do. Let's see. Whoa, you're streaming so late in California. Good thing I'm up at 3:14 a.m. Oh yeah, it's definitely very early in California right now. Start creeping forwards. Got some aircraft to our right that need to push back as well. That's probably one of the worst locations to spawn at an event like this, because you have all of these aircraft lining up here, waiting for departure, and then you know you're also you're trying to push back from gates like this. I get why you would do it, because you're right next to the runway, but having a chance to push back is a completely different story.
Iraqian ground. Victor Tango Mike India Tango. Ready to taxi to runway 30 with information Bravo.
Go. Any giveaways today? Yes, of course. We'll do a giveaway today. We'll do a month sub later on in the stream, as always. Let's switch to tower. Request departure 27, departing north today. We'll get told to hold for now. I assume then to line up and wait. That's what I can predict. Let's not go over the hold short line though. Let's just hold it here. Wait for the 320 ahead of us to depart. And then we will be on our way. Oh, cleared for immediate takeoff. Is there an aircraft? Oh no, line up and wait. Okay, so ATC are really trying to push everyone out as fast as they can, which is awesome to see. Magician, thank you so much for the service here. Right. Let's go ahead then. Turn on our strobes and landing lights. Line up on the runway. We'll be airborne in no time. Should be a very, very short takeoff roll today.
Holding short runway 27. Victor Tango Foxtrot November Oscar.
How are the audio levels, by the way, at the moment? And this song's relatively quiet, but have they been okay? There we go, clear for takeoff. Awesome. Right, we'll literally we won't even line up and wait. We'll just go. Just align with the runway, keep on rolling, and full throttle. Awesome. There we go. Calibrate once more. Let's do this.
Victor Tango Mike India Tango. You're in an active
Go to 89% N1. There it is. Using a bit of rudder. 13 knots. A little bit of a crosswind going on right now. Might be thrown around a bit on rotation, but try to keep it on the center. There's 100 knots. Nice and quick. 120, 130. Going to start pulling back now. A little bit of left rudder here. And we are airborne, pitching up to 15 degrees, gears coming up. And I'm going to, once we exceed 500 feet, I'm going to turn on the L nav.
Runway 27.
There it is.
Flying up and wait, runway 27.
There we go. Goodbye, Crete. On our way to Athens.
Charlie,
Very nice takeoff, not too bad. There's 1,000 feet. Pitching down then, reducing the power to 85% N1.
Thank you. Good day.
To let that speed slowly increase.
Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November. Frequency
And
change
addition, again, thank you very much for the service here. Just say thank you, good day on frequency here, and then tune out because we do not need to be on tower anymore. There's no center frequency, so we'll just continue as we are. Once we get to around 195 knots, we'll bring the flaps up. Very quick takeoff. Yeah, very quick takeoff. The Aegean livery, like Southwest 2115 says in the chat, it's a really nice livery. I really like the mask on the front. I love it when airlines do this with the mask. Looks really cool. There we go. Bring the flaps up then. Let our speed increase to 250. Then we'll increase our vertical speed to around 3,500 feet per minute. We'll leave it at that because we're cruising relatively low today. On a very well, I actually say we're cruising relatively high on quite a short flight today. Actually, 180 miles. We need to get up to 24,000 feet. So we need to rocket up there. I think we have a good amount of spacing with the aircraft. I can't currently see the name tag, so I'm unable to see the nautical miles. But the ETA right now is saying 41 minutes. That's going to go down very quickly. So just stay tuned for an accurate ETA. There we go. Let's watch our speed then. Too busy reading the chat. Let's increase that vertical speed to 3,500 feet per minute. There's Crete behind us. It's actually a really, really nice looking island. Again, yet to go here. I like the mountains though. It looks nice. And there's a cool island here. I'd assume in real life you could most likely rent a boat from the harbour back there and sail over to this island here and go swimming. That'd be fun. There we go. Almost at 7,000 feet. Dan, have you ever flown from Singapore to New York? I have. I definitely have. What type of camera are you using? Just curious as it's nice with the head tracking. Again, you picked this up. I didn't even know it was a feature when I bought the camera. The camera that I use for the face cam is called a Canon M50, EOS M50. Really nice camera. I purchased it with the intent to use it as a face cam, but it's also more than that. You can use it for like a vlogging camera. I wouldn't say it's a very good camera for plane spotting. I don't think it's that sort of camera unless you bought like a really expensive lens or something, but I think it's perfect. It works very well. It has a nice little bit of depth going on. It has a nice focus. Very nice camera. Maybe like a little bit expensive. I think when I got the camera and the kit itself, I think it cost around £700. But it come with what did it come? It come with like a tripod, an SD card. It come with like all the little like bits and bobs. Oh, and a microphone, like a little microphone that clips on the top as well for like vlogging or whatever. Even though I definitely wasn't going to use it for vlogging, I actually done a few trip reports with the camera. But have you ever flown to Skiathos in Infinite Flight? I have. I have flown to Skiathos in Infinite Flight. Yes. How long do you think it takes to get to grade 3, Dan? I'll watch my speed here. There's 11,000 feet. We need to increase our airspeed here to our cruising speed, which is around 290 knots today. We're going to be in Athens in literally no time. This is going to be so fast. VNAV in 20 minutes from now. 31 minutes until we arrive. Less than that. You can see the time in red just at the bottom decreasing so unbelievably fast. 29 minutes now. Yeah, we're going to be there super, super quick. Let's get that speed to 290 real quick, and then I'll start to answer some more questions in the chat. There it is. Cool beans. We'll keep it climbing at 3,000 feet per minute, and we'll answer some questions. So again, Aviator Aaron said, how long do you think it will take you to get to grade 3? Now, really and truly, this is actually down to you. It depends on your availability, how often you fly. Because, of course, one of the main things is you need to farm those flight hours, right? You need to have quite a few hours to be able to rank up to the next grade. In addition to that, you, of course, need lots of XP. So yeah, it depends on how much time and commitment you have. You need to fly as much as possible, and at the same time you need to earn as much XP. So my number one top tip piece of advice for grading up would be to fly the longest routes that you possibly can, like non-stop. Just leave your device doing it right in the background. And then maybe do touch and goes for XP or something like that. But it's worth noting that grade 3 and accessing the expert server, it isn't just like a free pass just to access the server and what it has to offer. And the expert server, you know, people take the expert server very, very seriously. So if you are going to farm the XP and the flight hours, then make sure when you do join the expert server, you are definitely ready for the level of professionalism in this server. Because quite often people, you know, farm these hours and join, and then I see some pretty crazy stuff on the expert server. So make sure you have the you know, what it takes to fly on the expert server as well before you join in. And of course, we have plenty of tutorials to get you up to speed on how to fly like an expert on Infinite Flight. How powerful is the M1? Pretty good. I have multiple M1 devices. Do I? Maybe I have one M2, and two M1s. And they're good. The M chips are brilliant, especially on... I mean, you don't really notice it. If I'm being completely honest with you, with the iPads, you don't really notice the M chips. I think they're just... I mean, there's iPads that don't have the M chips and they run... I mean, let's just put it into context. The iPad mini that doesn't have an M chip runs smoother than the iPad Air that does have an M chip. So with the iPads, I feel like it doesn't actually make a great difference. But with the MacBooks, for example, it makes a great difference. I mean, the fans on my MacBook, I have not heard them turn on once. Does a brilliant job. The M chips are absolutely fantastic. They're very, very powerful. Anyway, then 20,000 feet. We'll start to decrease our vertical speed just a tad here. 2,500 feet per minute. Landing lights can come off. Forgot about those. My guy looks like he's live streaming from a hotel room. Is that what it looks like? Is this what my room looks like? A hotel room? 𝗏𝗔𝗡𝗏 now, a member for 19 months on Superfan. What's up, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you back here, as always. Long-term channel member and a long-time supporter, actually, especially on my own channel as well, although I haven't been there in quite a while. The M Max don't have fans, I'm pretty sure. No, they definitely do. I'm convinced they do have fans. Maybe the Airs don't have them, but I'm pretty sure the MacBook Pros do. Hoffy's Plays, what's going on? Welcome back. I've just realised you were the guy that I shouted out on my channel in the video. I just remembered. Hello, yeah, welcome back. Welcome to our land, LMAO. Yes, exactly, LMAO. Yes, we're heading to your land indeed. What's your favourite long-haul route? I don't know, actually. My favourite long-haul route is... I mean, my most common long-haul route is probably like London to LA or something along those lines. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 in with the 50 Infinite Flight memberships gifted to 50 lucky people watching the stream right now, which is actually probably every single person watching. There's 52 people in here, which is absolutely incredible. So welcome to the channel as channel members, everyone. It's very, very kind of you. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, very, very kind of you indeed. Awesome stuff. Really awesome stuff. Here we go then. We've got 2 minutes until we descend towards Athens, which is very, very quick, as I mentioned. Flight time right now is saying that we only have about 19 minutes until we land. So very, very quick flash flight. So this is quite literally a flash flight. A flash flight indeed. Playboy Dre didn't have their allowed gifts option on. That's sad. There we go. It's cool to see. Everyone's like a channel member now, right? That's pretty neat. Enjoy the perks whilst you have them. Criteria for a giveaway. Literally, all you have to do is be active when we do the giveaway. Because the flight's relatively short, we'll most likely do the giveaway once we land and park up. And maybe once we're like in the replay mode watching the landing or something, because this flight is very short. We're literally, I'm about to turn the LNAV on. We're about to already descend. Very, very short flight. You can actually see Athens just on the horizon there. So it's literally, you know, coming up very, very fast. This is my luck. Yeah. 𝗚𝗚𝗡𝗘𝗟 needs to gift like another 10 now for the other 10 people that are waiting for their gifted memberships. Oh yeah, 𝗚𝗚𝗡𝗟𝗏 is definitely a legend, 100%. Should I change from my iPad Air to the iPad Air M1? I'm not too sure. I mean, to be fair, it probably would make a difference, in all fairness. And the iPad Air, I mean, the iPad Air is a very nice device. I do have one here somewhere. I don't know where, though. I find the iPad Airs, like, genuinely a perfect size for an iPad. And I'm actually starting to go off the size of the 12.9-inch iPads. Like, this is what we're using right now. Right here, the streaming one, right? So the 12.9. And since using the iPad mini and the iPad Air, it's really changed my opinion. I actually think the next iPad Pro that I get will most likely be the smaller option. Because these things are just massive, especially when you travel with these iPad Pros. They're just too big to get them out of security. It's just a bit of a pain. Whereas the iPad Air and iPad mini are really easy to just take through an airport, watch films on a plane or something, right? There's no center, right? Just double checking. There's no center, no. We're already descending very, very fast. It's because we need to be at 8,000 feet. Okay. There we go then. Very, very quick flight indeed. How do you calculate the top of a descent with infinite flight? It's very easy, actually. All you have to do is add a star to your flight plan. Those stars will include specific altitudes, as you can see here on the right-hand side, the orange highlighted parts. If it doesn't have that, you can plug in your own altitudes. But of course, the majority of the stars come with these anyway, and that's as simple as that. Your top of descent will automatically be calculated on how far away you are from that specific aiming point altitude-wise. And it will say at the bottom of the screen, of course, you'll have to, you can see we have it down here. VNAV, it doesn't say it right now, but you can drag the slider, you can drag the toolbar at the bottom across the VNAV section, and it will show you the option there where you can go ahead and calculate your top of descent automatically. So it's very, very easy. You don't have to do any math. You can do the math if you really want to, but it's easiest to do it that way. Matty, welcome to the stream. I think I did see you. Was you in the F-18? Yeah, you're in the F-18 ahead there, yeah. One with the A380 release. Oh yeah, we'll answer this at the start of the stream. Not quite yet. It's still very much a work in progress, but it's making really good progress, actually. And of course, you can stay tuned on our Discord server and our social media channels for more updates on this aircraft. But it's making pretty good progress. One thing to note is, of course, we are doing quite a few in-person events this year. That takes a little bit of toll on the development process, mostly between Flight Sim Expo and Oshkosh, of course, because we go into Oshkosh next week. But after that, it should be full steam ahead again with these updates, which is completely understandable because our team are out of the office exhibiting. So. Are you going to do any long-haul streams anytime soon? Probably not, if we're completely honest with you. Most likely not. We'll just stick with the relatively short flights here for YouTube streams to keep things fun and engaging. This aircraft looks like an A320neo because of the mask. It does. It makes it look a little bit different. It's really, really nice. It's a very nice livery as well. I like their new livery. The old one was a little bit boring, but this one's quite nice. Southwest 2115 cannot come to Oshkosh, sadly. Here's the thing. Who here right now in the chat, right, what are the odds? Who here is going to Oshkosh? Let us know in the chat right now. Do you know the longest route in Infinite Flight, Dan? And what are some good long-haul routes for grinding? I mean, the thing is, the best thing you can do is custom routes if you really want to farm the hours and XP. And the best aircraft you can do it in is probably the 777-200LR. Has a lot of range. The fuel burn is great, and it goes for very, 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 very long distance. So I'd highly recommend using that aircraft for your custom routes because you can literally fly forever with it takes you very far around the world, so it's brilliant. But you can get maybe like 27 hours out of that thing, which is incredible. 18,000 feet. I wish. It's expensive. Not me. Oh no. Don't live in America, so not me. I'll be in summer camp when 𝗠𝗘𝗡𝗚𝗏 happens. Oh well. Maybe some of you can experience 𝗠𝗘𝗡𝗏 in the future. I will say, if you ever get the chance to go to 𝗠𝗘𝗡𝗏, take it. It was my first time last year, and it's definitely one of the coolest places you will ever go to. Of course, if you like aviation, I mean, even if you don't like planes, you'd find that place absolutely fascinating. But of course, with it being the biggest air show in the world, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. So if you do ever get the opportunity to go there, snatch it up and definitely go, because you will not regret it. I think the only thing is, for a lot of people maybe, is that there's not an awful lot of accommodation around, and the idea of being is, of course, you fly in with your own aircraft and you put a tent under the wing or whatever, but for a lot of people that's not the case, and it's not very feasible for them, and maybe some people don't have a pilot's license. But accommodation wise, there's not an awful lot around. You do have like Appleton and stuff, maybe around that sort of area, there's some bits, but it can be a little bit expensive. But of course, from Chicago itself, the main airport, which a lot of people would fly into, it's a 2-hour drive from Chicago, so you'd have to keep that in mind if you ever plan on going to 𝗠𝗘𝗡𝗏. Maybe me and my dad will go next year. Definitely do it if you can. Thanks for all of the tips. I don't get to pop into streams. There's a big time difference between the UK and Sydney. Oh yeah, of course, Aaron. Well, glad to have you here. I'm glad that this has worked out for you. And of course, many of you as well who don't usually get the opportunity to join these streams. It's a lot easier, is it, to stream this early for all of you as well, especially if you want to join these events. Of course, once in a while, we do this anyway. We stream earlier and we do these events earlier so that you guys get the opportunity to, join in on the fun. Fly economy class, business class. Mostly economy, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe premium economy. I was fortunate enough to get business class on the way back from Texas the other day for free. I don't know how I managed that, but I just got my boarding pass and it said business class, and I didn't say anything. I just got on the plane. That was great. But yeah, the majority of the time, economy class. It's a lot cheaper. It depends on the prices. Like, for example, the reason flew out in premium economy was because the price difference was only £150, whereas sometimes it's substantially more. So it really depends if you get a good deal, and sometimes most of the time you get ripped off. That's why it's quite important to join like a points program, like Avios and stuff like that. You can use that towards these upgrades. $14,000 feet, 5 miles of the aircraft ahead, it's only an F-18, just an escort. I need that joystick you all showcased at Flight Sim Expo. Did you get to use it? Yeah, that joystick is absolutely amazing. Actually, it's 𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗘𝗟, isn't it, that joystick? Really, really nice. Really, really nice joystick. I personally really, really like it. And yeah, I got to use it. It runs very nicely with inflight flight. Of course, we had it running through a Raspberry Pi, which is a little bit of a custom software going on, so you can't exactly plug it in and make it work at home. But of course, with Android, it's a little bit of a different story. The only reason why we had to use a Raspberry Pi to make it work with the iPad was because, of course, it was iOS, and Apple were a little bit stricter on security when it comes to those sort of things. So, but yeah, I'm not quite sure right now. I don't know. We might have it at 𝗠𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗏. I don't know, actually. Not obviously going to make any promises there, but if you do come to 𝗠𝗘𝗡𝗏 and we do have a joystick or anything hardware-wise for you to try out, then definitely give it a go, because it's a completely different experience using inflight flight with a piece of hardware. Right, let's see here then. We've actually got 10 minutes and 44 seconds until we arrive. Flight time has been around 20 minutes. So yeah, actually, there's flight times looking around 30 minutes as we estimated at the start. So we'll be arriving on time today, which is nice. A little bit of a late departure, but we should be arriving on time. Maybe 10 minutes or so after the event actually finishes, which is absolutely fine. Dan, did you watch Mission Impossible yet? I haven't. I put the TV on the other day. Liv wanted to watch Love Island, right? So I put the TV on, and a Mission Impossible ad came up. I was like, we need to see. And she's like, she's not really like an action person. She doesn't really like that stuff. But I'm going to force her to the cinema to watch it. Did you watch the Avengers Endgame? No, I haven't watched the Avengers. It's not really my sort of like thing, if I'm being completely honest with you. Southwest 215 says they haven't flown the A320 family in a while. Why is that? Just, have you been preferring the long haul routes? Or maybe even enjoying the Challenger 350? Ooh! Oh my god! Okay, no. Let's level off. Let's level off right now. My life almost flashed before my eyes there. Because we nearly oversped through 10,000. That would have been a violation 100% on stream, and we do not want that. Greece is beautiful. I don't know why I fly there more. Greece is honestly a really, really stunning place. It's one of my favorite places to go in Europe, if not my favorite place to go in Europe. Greece is absolutely stunning. Still yet to explore some of the other islands. I'd definitely like to go to Corfu and 𝗖𝗛𝗏𝗏 as well, because they're really cool for plane spotting. But yeah, no, Greece is absolutely stunning. The waters are, of course, amazing to swim in as well. It's a really, really nice place to go. If you haven't been to Greece, yeah, I'd recommend going. Yeah, almost got caught like him. Yeah, there we go. In an active airspace, contact Athens direct on 121.40. So here we go then. Finally, a little bit of ATC going on. Team controlling right now. Request approach. Athens will go in for 3 right as filed on the ILS. What's your opinion on Australia? I don't know because I've never been, but I would definitely like to go. Continuous filed. There we go. Love to hear it. Spencer's Aviation has plane spotted at Corfu before. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place to plane spot. The water around Heraklion is really sour. Do you drink the water around Heraklion? Raphael said Greece is on his bucket list of places to go and visit for sure. Yeah, 100%. I'll definitely recommend it. It's very, very nice. Same with, like, of course, Cyprus as well. It's very nice there too. Very, very nice. What's it like to be famous? Well, I don't know, because I wouldn't actually class myself as famous, but I don't know. If you would class it, then I'm very, very low-key. Do you ever go to the airport, staff recognize you as a YouTuber and provide you with something special like priority boarding? No, I do get recognized at airports, especially where I'm wearing like the infinite flight stuff. It happens quite often, but you know, coincidentally, and this is when I flew back from Texas the other day, and this guy had no idea. So this guy gave me this business class seat for free, right? And I don't know if it's because he recognized me. I'm not too sure. Hold on a minute. I just need to focus on ATC here. I'm not too sure if it's because he recognized me, but anyway, I checked my boarding pass, said I was in business class. Cool. I start to walk away, and I let Cam check in. Cam already had a business class ticket anyway. And then the guy actually noticed on Cam's backpack that it had the Infinite Flight logo, and he said, "Wait, Infinite Flight? I use that all the time." And then we were like, "Yeah, hey, like, you know, we're staff at Infinite Flight." And he was like, "No way!" And we ended up getting the photo, and he actually didn't realize that we were staff. But whether or not he did, I'm not too sure. But that's the closest we've got to airport staff, or that's the only time airport staff actually really recognized us. But there we go. I'm not too sure why he gave me a business class ticket, but it might have been an automated BA thing where it's like a small incentive. They're like, have a business class ticket. Hopefully we persuade you to now always purchase business class. I think it was something along those sort of lines. It was more of a like try before you buy sort of thing. And they do it with their customers every now and then. So I think I was just lucky enough to experience that. Unfortunately, I still won't be paying for their business tickets because they're too expensive. But I think that was what it was. It was almost them trying to promote it and get another customer to always upgrade to business, which I will do. I'm just trying to collect the Avios first so that I can use them and not pay for it. So.
Requesting visual approach any runway at Mykonos. Aegean 14 Golf Alpha. Requesting descent via 𝗠𝗘𝗠𝗕𝗄𝗏 Charlie arrival.
Turn right heading 280. Descend and maintain.
I'm going to descend. I'm going to slow down and then descend, or try to descend relatively fast here. There we go, reduce speed to 200 anyway, that's exactly what we're going to do. What's your bedtime? I don't really have a bedtime. Last night, I think I went to bed at like 2 a.m. So Dan, in your expert server experience, have you ever received a message like please follow instructions or please follow instructions or you'll report it? I have. Like usually it's it doesn't make very much sense, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, once in a while, I get the please follow instructions when I'm convinced I'm doing absolutely nothing wrong. So it's quite funny actually to hear that over frequency. There's the airport. Oh, okay, right, the airport's over there. I'll certainly welcome you're certainly welcome to come to Australia, Dan. It's a great country. Yeah, I'll definitely like to come at some point. 100%.
Turn right heading 360. Descend and maintain 2,500. Maintain 2,500 until established on
Southwest 2115. Saw your comment up above. I might be back in New York later this year. We shall see. Depends on Liv's schedule, because I can just hop on her flights with Virgin.
Aegean 265. Athens direct. Aegean 48.
So hoping for a New York this Christmas, something like that. There we go then. Get rid of the flight spoilers. In fact, we can go ahead and turn those landing lights on, and where are the we can arm them. We shall use those to maintain 3,000. Do the giveaway today? Yes, after we land. Dan, all the pressure is on to butter. Yeah, I tried to land as smooth as I can, of course. Let's see right now in the chat. Would you prefer me to land in the cockpit view like this or land with the HUD view for the maximum chance of landing very, very smooth? In the HUD, I usually land, generally speaking, very, very smooth. This one's a little bit more difficult, of course, as you can imagine. So take your pick, HUD view or cockpit view. Tail view, sway view in with a completely different option there.
Aegean 14 Golf Alpha. Roger. Aegean 4424.
Aegean 829. Continue as far. Expect the
Wing view. HUD, cockpit. Looks like we're kind of drawing at the moment. Maximum butter. Okay, I'll try my very best to... Okay, you know what? On this occasion, let's land in the HUD view. We honestly don't do it that often. So I'll try to land as smoothly as I possibly can in this view. Let's go ahead. Set the ILS runways. 3 right, set nav 1, ready to go. We're going to continue following our flight plan at the moment. Go ahead and use some flaps soon. Needed right now though, we're relatively light. Will you replay the landing? Yes, if it loads in, 100%. Sear Air 887 is a member now, first officer for 7 months. What's up? Welcome back to the stream. Thank you for being a channel member. Have you ever done the co-pilot view? No, I haven't actually. I don't really like the co-pilot view, if I'm honest. Have a great landing. Thanks, Aaron. Give it our best shot. Just going to maintain 2,500 until established on the localizer. Down to 360. Nav over to nav 1. We'll align with the runway and hope for the best. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Let's use some flaps there. We'll use flaps 1 now. Just acknowledge that. Reduce our speed to 180. And contact tower shortly. Very, very busy. I can imagine Athens is only going to get busier throughout the day, but it's nice to see it this busy in the morning as well. There we go. We'll turn on APPR for now. Let the autopilot do its thing. We love it when it does that. We'll just let it do its thing and then we'll go ahead and disengage it. Just let it line up with the localizer and the glide slope and then we'll turn it off. It's not often we do that.
Turn left heading 270. Aegean 14 Golf Alpha.
Aegean 14 Golf Alpha. Reduce speed to 200 knots.
You can finally relax. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a really quick flight. We've been airborne now for 31 minutes, so yeah, around a 35-minute flight, something like that. Golden Aviation, what's up? Welcome to the stream. You're here just in time for the landing.
200 knots. Aegean 4424.
Victor Tango Foxtrot November Oscar. Turn right heading 310. Victor Tango Mike
Spencer Aviation has spawned in, ready for this landing. Are you watching from an external view or something? Cool beans, love to hear it. Dan is going to grease the runway. I'm going to try my very best. Now, pre-warning, when I try to land as smooth as I can, I do like to try and float on purpose so that I can slowly let it touch down on the runway. It makes very much sense, so it might not be the touchdown zone, but we'll see. The aim of the game right now is to land as smoothly as I can, or try to anyway. It's just a matter of luck, really, but let's see. Okay, call in, bound, landing on the ILS 3 right. Number 3, 3 right, cleared to land. Okay, 4 miles of the aircraft ahead. Need to maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. So in just a moment, we'll go ahead and slow down. Let's catch that glide slope soon. Let's move this microphone down. Maximum efficiency. I really want to land as smooth as I can now. There we go. There's glide slope. Let's reduce that speed then. 140 knots. 8 miles. Flaps 2. Slow down. Landing speed will probably be around 140 knots. Something like that. Use some flight spoilers here just to bleed off that speed a little bit faster. There we go, flap 3. Aim for under 100 feet per minute. Try. 6 miles from the airport. We'll drop the gear soon. There's 140 knots. The aircraft ahead is actually going considerably slow compared to us. 15 knots slower than us. Gear's coming down. Awesome, looks good. Right, here we go then. Time to land as smooth as I can with the A320. Going to disable the autopilot soon. I might purposely come in a little bit low over the threshold so that we can still try and get to that aiming point. And aim towards the end of the runway.
Number 1, cleared to land. Runway 3 left. Easy 95.
Grease this landing in Greece. Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty cool saying actually. Nice. Yeah, we'll try to grease in Greece.
Number 2, cleared to land. Runway 3 left. Tomjin 800.
1,000 feet. Autopilot's off.
Number 3, cleared to land. Runway 3 right. Victor Tango.
Here we go.
Mike India Tango.
Aegean 3356. Frequency change approved. Good day.
full concentration now.
Aegean 3356. Good day.
Charlie Charlie Lima Delta Alpha. When able turn left and contact ground. Please expedite. Traffic on final.
Wilco, Charlie Charlie Lima Delta Alpha.
Athens 𝗖𝗛𝗡𝗃𝗏𝗏 Victor Tango Foxtrot November Oscar, inbound on 𝗖𝗚𝗚s runway 3 right.
Victor Tango Foxtrot November Oscar. Number 3. Runway 3 right.
15 knot headwinds. Wow.
Number 3, clear to land, runway 3 right, Victor Tango Foxtrot November Oscar.
500,
That's 500.
400, 300, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
Athens LFT.
Woohoo! Oh yeah, that was really nice. That wasn't bad. Yeah, okay, we'll watch that back in the replay. Damn, that was smooth. Okay, let's just vacate to the left when we can. Wow, that was smooth. That was a really nice landing, actually, to be fair. Like I said, I purposely floated it a little bit just so that we could land as smoothly as we could here. But there we go. Spoilers disarmed, flaps coming up. Contact ground in just a moment here. And taxi to parking. Strobes, landing lights off. APU can be fired up. Over to ground. Press taxi to parking. Right, so let's see here then.
Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November. Request taxi to parking.
Taxi to
Alpha
parking, your
Victor
discretion.
Delta Alpha November.
Cool.
Taxi to parking, at your discretion. Athens 𝗖𝗛𝗡𝗟𝗏.
That was a really nice landing.
476 heavy. Ready for pushback.
Yeah, not bad. See, I told you the hard view's good for it.
Taxi into parking. Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November.
November 376 Hotel. Hold position. Holding position.
That was the smoothest A320 landing in infinite flight history. To be fair, it is a relatively difficult aircraft to land smoothly. Similar to the 737, you don't have the gear tilt. I did Grease in Greece. Caption it, screenshot it, and share it on social media. Dan greased in Greece at infinite flight.
Aegean 334, ready for pushback with information hotel. Requesting runway 3 right. November 376 Hotel. Continue taxi.
Athens 𝗚𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Park on the right here.
Easy 95. Request taxi to parking.
Easy 95, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Continue taxi, November 376 Hotel. Easy 95, expect progressive taxi.
Go then, very short taxi to parking.
Easy 95.
We'll do the cone challenge as always as well. Love a cone challenge. Let's see if we can drop the cone exactly on the center line here.
Pushback approved. Aegean
If you don't know what the cone challenge is, you'll soon find out.
Taxiway. Easy 95.
I don't know. I think the APU is slightly off the center line there. Let's just...
Easy 95.
Okay, right. I'm happy with how that is. Let's
Pushback approved.
slow down.
Ryanair 375.
Right on the next taxiway. Easy 95.
No. Slightly off. Let's just stop. Oh, a little bit ahead of the line. Right, we'll just leave it there. That's absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and turn off the engines. And of course, I don't know. That's kind of aligned. Let's see if we can do a grease in Greece and a really good cone challenge. Let's turn off the beacon light and hope for the... Oh, that's really central, actually. Let's see if the cone spawns itself exactly on that yellow line. Take that. This is a good flight. This is a good day. This just means the day is full of good luck. I'm very happy. That's very nice, actually. Yeah, I'll take that. Yes, I'll take that. That's not too bad. A little bit off, but there we go. Not bad at all. Right. Let's go ahead then. We'll back out and hop into the replay mode. So just momentarily, we'll pause the stream. Let's go ahead and see how much XP we got here. 552. Not bad. Right, okay. See you in just a second.
Continuing ahead. 𝗠𝗘𝗠𝗥𝗦𝗛𝗡𝗟 Victor Alpha.
Right, let's see.
𝗖𝗛𝗛𝗡𝗏. Continue taxi at your discretion.
Get this giveaway ready as well, alongside the channel member shoutouts. Bingo, we're in the replay mode. Right, okay, so before we watch the replay, just very quickly, we'll go ahead and do an Infinite Flight 1 month to Pro subscription giveaway. Super easy. All you have to do is be active in the chat. You can type anything. Just be active. Say hello, whatever. And you'll be entered into this giveaway. As soon as we've watched the landing, we'll go ahead and roll the giveaway. Just make sure you're active. Please do not click off the stream, otherwise we'll be here forever trying to give the prize to someone. So, 1 month Infinite Flight subscription. Are you ready? Let's watch the takeoff. Plane's levitating there. That plane's just zooming up. Right, here we go then. Starting to pull back at 130 knots. Nice. What a really nice takeoff. Very nice takeoff. And now it's time to see that landing. Just going to get the channel members up real quick. Just realized we hit 122,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Thank you very much for being here. Let's see. Memberships. Cool. Okay, right. Let's go ahead and watch this landing then. Time to see how smooth it looked from the outside. Very intrigued. It's holding it off here. Started to pull back and hold it off. It's holding it. Not bad. That was really nice, actually. Let's see if we can look at it from the tower here. Yeah, I'll take that. That was really nice, actually. Really nice. Watch from this view as well. Right, okay. Whilst you wait then, before we do the giveaway, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our captains and super fans here on this channel. Those are Captain Sky Marshall, Lucas, 𝗖𝗛𝗡𝗥𝗦𝗛𝗥𝗏, Grab, Nick Masterson, Gonzo, Fonzo47, 𝗖𝗛𝗡𝗥𝗦𝗏, 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗟, again, 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗟, legend today for the 50 gifted subs, Josh K, Golf Hotel, Alpha Zulu Bravo, and Crazy B. With that being said, this is what it looked like from the flight deck here. Applying so much back pressure here just to try and keep it off the runway, aiming towards the end. Lovely, not too bad at all. Yeah, not too bad. In fact, do you know what? Let's see what the feet per minute was. I need to record this on my phone though, so that I can go ahead and just like pause the frame exactly when we touch down, so that I can go ahead and see that touchdown. Let's see. I need to have a look at the feet per minute here. It's like an active replay. Okay, I got it. Let's have a look. I just need to see. As soon as that dot disappears. I need to pause it just so that I can show you on the stream. Hopefully it needs to focus. There it is. So 47.5. Something like that. That's exactly, as you can see, exactly. Focus, please. Exactly when we touched down. Wasn't bad. That was really nice. Really nice. Anyway, time for the giveaway. Let's go ahead and roll it. You've all been actively chatting in the chat for the last few minutes. Let's go ahead and roll it in 3, 2, 1. The winner is Justin, who is a channel member. Congratulations on winning a month to Infinite Flight Pro. If you are still here, which I'm pretty sure you are, just in your comment in the chat, please let us know your Infinite Flight Community Forum name as soon as you can. And then we can go ahead and message you there today and give you your free sub to Infinite Flight Pro. As Justin realised. Justin here. There we go. Yes, Justin is here. Yes, your IFC name. That would be greatly appreciated if you just leave that in the chat right now for us. Justin, 1908. Okay, lovely stuff. Okay, Justin, expect a message from me on the forum today at some point, and I'll go ahead and get you set up with a free subscription to Infinite Flight Pro. With that being said, time for the outro. Thank you all so much for watching, as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, morning, night, evening, whatever. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you've enjoyed it today, and of course, we'll do many more of these events and giveaways in the future. So with that being said, as always, keep that dirty side down, and we will see you, right there, in the next stream as always. Goodbye.